I think that this question needs to be deconstructed because I think that the best way to think about religion is as an English language category which is embedded in some very powerful discourses. And because the English language is global and therefore the discourses on religion are now being repeated and adopted all over the world by not just in Europe and North America, but by people on every continent. And insofar as religion as a category is a powerful idea, so it gets reproduced by politicians, by the media, by academics, and by ordinary people who might be using religion. But I want to argue that religion does not exist as some kind of an entity in the world. It's a very powerful idea, and when people adopt the discourse on religion, then they begin to act as though it were something that exists, and that affects the way they behave and think. And therefore, there's a sense in which religion, the concept of religion, the discourse on religion, is influencing the way we behave, the way we organize our social lives, and so on. Well, I don't. You see, I think if you ask the question, "Do religions exist?" you assume that religion is referring to some object in the world. But in that sense, I would say no. There aren't objects that exist in the world, but people talk as though there are. So if you talk as though there are religions in the world, you're going to behave and think as though there are. And this does have implications for other areas of life. For example, the idea that there is a distinct sphere called the secular, or the idea that there's a distinct domain of activity called politics. These are generally thought of as non-religious. So what the discourse on religion does is to construct not only itself, but simultaneously it constructs the idea of the secular. It constructs the idea of politics as non-religious. I think a lot of people at the conference are challenging the status quo by adopting either arguments such as mine or similar critical arguments. But there are still a lot of people who are very skeptical about what is being said.